Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into Treasure Map with my speed boosted teams for the New Worlds, taking on the CP-0 and S-Shark for the 5+ of the said CP-0 units. So, as mentioned, we are going to dive in with my teams for the very first run. And the reason I'm doing this instead of the boosted teams is because I don't have a lot of limit break materials, and I need to limit break some characters, so I thought we'd do this first. And I don't have to limit break some of the characters that are already on my particular speed team. So if you guys are looking for speed teams, maybe you're looking for some mini-boss teams, maybe you guys pull the batch and you have some options there, make sure to belt the like button if this video helps you guys out. If you're new to the channel, you haven't done so already, hit the big red subscribe button, and hit the bell notification so you guys don't miss out on any of the fun stuff. This video will probably come out after the buildable teams does, so if you guys are looking for those teams, make sure to go down to the description, hit up that particular video if you guys are looking for some more buildable teams that don't utilize any of the new batch characters and kind of use a lot of boosted mini-boss teams. So let's dive into the very first intrusion where we are utilizing, like I said, basically the batch units, the recommended characters. The upside to the intrusion this time around is that Krooby is actually a recommended character. Now, Krooby's very, very good for stage 2 because he can remove the bind and the despair. You need to make sure you have level 3 sockets, so that way you can bring it down to 5 turns if you guys are taking on the New World. And if you guys don't have York, just be very, very careful with how much HP you guys have. But as you guys will see in all of the teams today, we are utilizing the Laboon ship. Laboon is boosted still, so we are getting the 2 times HP. So that's the team, those supports. Let's dive on in to the intrusion fight against CP-0. Now, I am playing and talking as we go, so if I stuff up and stuff, I do apologize. But we're going to do our best, as the timing can be a little bit off with the capture card, and I'm a spoon. So, you know, we'll see how we go with that. So, double Atlas, we have the 2 rare recruits, the 5+ Krooby, and then I'm using Dofi and Sugar. Dofi and Sugar are exceptional because they can give us a nice, chunky additional damage taken. I might swap Dofi to Sugar as the starting point because we only get 5 turns of Super Swap cooldown. But on stage 2, we are going to take an 80% HP cut, which is a lot of damage, as you can see there. We are still in a pretty good spot, though, because we do have 60,000 HP. We do get spared, so that's going to go down anyway. And if you use the Krooby special now, it's actually going to do damage. So just be careful if you guys are running no character to remove the anti-heal, but for us, we have York. Now, York's going to remove that anti-heal. She actually binds herself along the way, which kind of sucks. Didn't realize she did that. That's kind of stupid. But at the end of the day, we're just going to use Krooby after that to actually remove 5 turns of the bind. I believe you can use, or you probably can't use a support, hey, because if you use a support, then you're going to get, it's going to trigger early, so that's kind of sucky. But we have two Atlas specials here. We don't need both of them for the final stage, so we're going to use one of them now. Plus, York will actually come back for the final stage anyway, so that bind will go away. Man, that's a pretty crappy ability. Blinding herself for 10 turns. I had no idea she did that. That's terrible. On the final stage against Rob Lucci, Kaku Stussy, they give themselves 6 turns of all defensive effects, threshold, defense up, and damage reduction. They're going to do 100k on death, so just be very, very careful with that one. We are going to need some damage reduction for that, so we do have the support of Mr. 3. Very nice support, giving us the, what's it called? The 50% damage reduction. We're going to activate one of the super classes, then the special, then the other super class. It's going to give us a full board of orbs. We get some color affinity with Doflamingo over here. We can remove the damage reduction with our Atlas special, and then we can use Pythagoras to set defense to 0 and remove the threshold. With that, wham bam, thank you ma'am. No issues whatsoever. Now, as mentioned, on death, Rob Lucci, Kaku, and Stussy are going to throw about 100k at us, so you do need some damage reduction sockets as well as the Mr. 3 support to actually tank that. So, very, very nice stuff there. We can easily get through that. That anti-heal, it's going to be a problem for most teams. I feel like that is going to be it's going to be quite a big problem. So, hopefully that doesn't affect our buildable teams too much, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So, that's the intrusion. Pretty straightforward stuff if you guys have the boosted list. But honestly, you guys probably aren't here for that intrusion fight. You guys are probably here for the mini-bosses. So let's fast forward to those. Making our way around now. Oh, okay, we're not going to hit Robin just yet, but Robin is going to be our first mini-boss fight. I thought for sure we were going to actually get 2 or higher, making our way through. So Robin's going to be our first mini-boss fight, and for this particular fight, we are utilizing the double Gear 5 strat. Now, when the Laboon ship isn't boosted anymore, I am going to switch to Gear 5 6-star with a 6+ friend captain, or vice versa, 6+ mine and 6-star friend captain, because Roger and Whitebeard, they actually won't be getting all the boosts that I need. But that's the team, those are the supports, let's dive on in. And then I'll move Kobe across to this particular team by that particular point, as I won't need Kobe on the other team. I can just use the Rob Lucci unit. But as you guys can see here, we just have 1 turn of cooldown off for Roger and Whitebeard. This is going to be very, very nice because we're going to utilize them to remove the Despair on the final stage, and they're basically going to be all of our damage. I have the support of Mihawk on Roger and Whitebeard. However, you can use something like Odin if you guys are missing that, but it just depends if you guys have Limit Break expansion or not. I actually don't need that support. I'm going to take that support off. My calculations in my head were not correct, but at the end of the day, it's not a big issue whatsoever, because as you can see, we can easily take out Robin. Now, when Robin dies, she throws back 1 times her attack in death damage. Now, obviously, nav 1, that's not a problem, but if you guys are doing higher navs, that is going to get higher and higher and higher, and that's why they want you to use Kobe to halve her attack. But at the end of the day, that should work fine. Gear 5 has a revive, so once we actually get to that particular point, if it is too much, we're basically just going to revive anyway. So that's going to be nice and fun. So that was a Robin fight. Let's move on to the next mini-boss now. And that mini-boss is going to be the very first one, being Luffy, the old man Luffy. Now, for this particular comp, I'm utilizing the baby Nami Karina. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the video, I'm down so bad on Limit Break materials. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, I promise you. Like, I cannot explain to you how down bad I am on Limit Break materials. But this is my team that we're going with. That's the team, those supports. Let's dive on in. Mainly because Nami Karina can still give me their regular captain ability, with or without the fact that they are limit broken or leveled up. So basically, they're just here to dupe drops for me. The mini-boss fight isn't too challenging, this first one, so I don't really see too much of an issue. It kind of just depends if this gives me a kill. Nice, it does. This special does seem to go forever, so I think I'm going to replace that unit with something that's just a little bit faster. But the idea here is stage 2, we can use Izo Kiku to wave clear, give ourselves 3 turns of a chain lock, and move into the final stage. Now, on the final stage, if you're below 3 times chain or above 4.5, you are going to get an attack down, which is a little bit annoying. And that's why they want you to use the CP-0 quick unit. However, for myself, I'm going to just use the Izo Kiku to get the carrier effect. We're going to super swap with Carrot and Wanda, and then basically we're just going to 2-tap with Carrot Wanda. Now, Luffy has a 6-turn threshold that if you remove, he just reapplies for 3 more turns, and that's why they really want you to use the CP-0 unit, so you can actually halve that, not remove it. Now, if you apply a chain lock on the final stage, Luffy's actually just going to give you a captain swap. But again, if you're utilizing the quick variation of CP-0, they're going to captain swap into your captain, and then you basically don't have to worry about it too much at all. So that's the team that I'm rocking. That's the way that I'm moving with it. Seems to work very, very nicely. I don't see too many issues with it whatsoever. And Carrot Wanda should be able to sort of just 2-tap for quite a while. Moving on to Zoro now. Zoro is the fight where they want you to use Arlong and X-Drake. And Arlong, if you have Arlong 6+ as your captain, go for gold. He's very, very good for this particular fight. However, for myself, I'm going to be using Cross Guild. And the reason I'm using Cross Guild is because Cross Guild have a Super EX that gives myself cooldowns. And the idea of this particular team is that the Super EX is not going to trigger the interrupts. If you use cooldowns, the enemy has an interrupt where you're basically going to have to deal with more cooldowns, and then they lock your special, they give you HP cut, and all this annoying shenaniganry whatsoever. Oh, you're only... Okay, well, that's annoying. I thought that Zoro was a wave clearer. We're going to have to replace that Zoro. I didn't realize that was only a single target. But when you move to the final stage, you need to be below 70% HP to basically get all of the good shenanigans that you want. If you guys are above 70%, you basically get everything, but just a little bit higher. You get a bunch of despair, you get a bunch of paralysis, you get block orbs, your bottom row gets special reversed, I believe. No, you don't get any of this paralysis stuff. I'm totally bugging. You get special reversed, and you get block orb. So basically what we're going to do here is we're going to use the Super EX of... like, honestly, we don't even need to, because I think we get despaired, don't we? Maybe we do. I can't remember. Drey gives cooldowns anyway, so I think that's going to trigger the interrupts regardless. So my whole plan of this whole not getting the interrupts does seem to be completely spoiled now, to be completely honest with you guys. I guess we probably just use the EX after, and then we can just use the target then. But with Ace, we get a carryover effect. Ace is really, really nice because he is just a really nice character. And then I'm utilizing the support of Roger and Odin to actually give an attack boost to quick slashes. Damn, I didn't realize X-Drake was actually cooldowns. This is why you should probably read the units. Or someone should have commented on my video, man. I blame you guys. No, I'm not taking the blame for that one. I blame you guys. No, I don't blame you guys. I'm the spoon, remember? I stated it at the start of the video. That team, honestly, is probably just going to get completely rechanged back to our long crew as my captain. Let's move on to Lilith now. This one's a bit interesting because I'm actually a big fan of this particular team build. The only thing I'm not a fan of is utilizing 3 supports to get around Despair, but we are utilizing Nami and Karina because again, I'm telling you, I'm so down bad on limit break materials that it's just not even funny. Like, I cannot stress to you guys how badly I need limit break mats, and I'm just, it's crazy out here. So we're using Nami Karina. Nami Karina is going to give us more drops, but Nami Karina are actually insanely good for this particular fight. So we're going to use Zoro as our wave clearer. Zoro is going to work really, really nicely because we can bink him twice as our double wave clearing shenaniganry. Now, on the final stage, there's 3 turns of a barrier because they really want you to use Dofi and Sugar. There's resilience and there's paralysis. You also get 6 turns of despair and 7 turns of special bind. So very, very annoying stuff there. But we have a bunch of supports, as you can see here, to get around the despair. We have the Cat Viper Dogstorm to remove 1 turn of barriers. And then we have the double down support, which can actually remove 7 turns, not support, special, that can remove 7 turns of, what's it called? 7 turns of special binds. We then have our Nami Karina special that can remove the paralysis, the resilience, and the barrier. And then we can super swap like this, and that way we just have a really, really nice array of a bunch of orbs and all of that fun shenaniganry there. So let's go Bink, and okay, we didn't even need to do a double tap. So beautiful stuff. Nami Karina getting it done. They work exceptionally well for this fight. There's a lot going on. That fight is like very, very annoying. And yes, you can run it a lot faster with stuff like Uta, I believe, will probably be the fastest to use it. But for myself, guys, I don't think you understand when I tell you. I need limit break materials, man. It's crazy out here. But hey, we move anyway. So that's going to be our Lilith team. So I should probably just throw mastery points into that X-Drake. Prime example of why you guys want to have 2 copies of the 5-star and the 5+, by the way. Very, very key that you guys do that. So that way you can actually get access to a bunch of boosted units. Now, moving into the final boss, I'm utilizing Dofi and Sugar on my final boss team. That way I can get that extra 1.4 times boost. But look, once I do get the Rob Lucci unit, you can pretty much bring them across. Rob Lucci at 5+ is going to be in character that can also give Threshold. I don't think I need Kobe. Actually, no, I do think I need Kobe on this particular team because I don't have Moria Perona. So Moria Perona are the other recommended character for this build, but I don't actually have Moria Perona. I did manage to pick up Dofi Sugar. I shouldn't have them, but I do. So we're going to utilize that. You can use a ship to help with the bind, but we have the Caesar support on Dofi and Sugar. So that's always going to be a fun time. We're going to switch here, so that way we get the super swap ability on the next turn. We're going to use the Dofi Sugar special on turn 2 anyway. So let's actually get that full effectiveness out of it. So against S-Shark on stage 2, our captains do get 6 turns of bind after sockets. There's 6 turns of damage reduction, and you get 6 turns of burn. The enemy also puts up 3 turns of a perfect barrier where you need to hit 2 perfects at 30k burn. So this is why I'm bringing Dofi and Sugar. We can just bink this. That removes the barrier. Love that for us. Caesar's going to remove a turn of bind. Then we can use our boy Kobe to remove the rest of the bind. He's going to give us a chain boost. And then we can use Atlas to remove the damage reduction. We are still dealing with a burn here, but don't stress because we have so many goddamn buffs for stage 2 that we can just easily kill S-Shark. moving on to the final stage, we do have to deal with what do we have to deal with on this final stage? It's that attack down with any orb. You also get a full body recovery orbs. You get 25k of pain, and the enemy puts up another 6 turns of damage reduction. So this is where you really want to make sure you have an Atlas special. And as you can see, utilizing the hose ship is going to work in our favor because we actually have a bunch of HP, so we can use a bunch of specials. So we're going to start it off with the Atlas Superclass. That's going to give us a full body strength orbs because there is a 4-turn, 1 strength orb barrier. We can then use the Atlas Special. That's going to remove those 2 very annoying debuffs of damage reduction and the attack down with any orb, so that way our strength orbs can actually do some damage. Then we can use the Pythagoras special, so that way we can actually get a chain boundary, we can increase the chain lock, because you are getting an attack down if you're below a 3.5 times chain lock as well. Finally, we can finish it off with York. York's actually going to heal back up and do all that fun stuff. York, unfortunately, what's it called? Blinds herself, so that's kind of a downside to the character. But as you can see there, just single tapping with Dofi Sugar is going to do the trick. So, yeah, pretty happy with that. So, they're my teams. Let me know in the comment section if there's any way to make it faster. Obviously, we do need to make some changes to our Zora team, but look, we'll look at that for probably later down the line. If you guys want to see my updated teams later on, let me know in the comment section below. While you're down there, bell the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.